So Jill, you people at SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and Discovery Cove are never resting on your laurels. Every season there seems to be some major development and new interest for people, and I know this summer you've got a number of things happening at your parks in Florida. Tell us a bit about what we have to look forward to.
Well, it is a very exciting summer for us because we know that a lot of our guests come and visit us year after year, and we want to make sure there's always something new. So, for example, this year at Discovery Cove has always been known for interactions with the dolphins, being able to get in the water and swim with those amazing animals, or going through our aviary and seeing all the hundreds of colorful birds. But this year we're opening the Grand Reef in June, and the Grand Reef is an experience for anyone who wants to be above, in, and under the water. We've got a new island that's coming in that's covered with hammocks and palm trees, and it connects with bridges to other islands where you can walk across and see sharks and rays and fish under you. Or if you're a little bit more comfortable getting in the water, you can do one of our snorkeling opportunities where you can get into the reef and in among the coral and see all of those fish up close and see some of our rays, even get to touch some of those
Really?
rays.
So you're actually in the water with the fish and the rays.
And you can get in up to your ankles, up to your knees, or even dip your face in, whatever you're comfortable with.
How big is this area?
It's several acres, several hundreds of thousands of gallons of water, and just hundreds and hundreds of these colorful fish and rays. And if you've never been in the water with a stingray, it truly is an amazing experience. They're very gentle. They're very non-aggressive, despite the name stingray. Yeah. They will come right up to you and just brush by as they swim by, and they feel so soft and they're so curious. It's a really neat animal to be able to experience. But the truly great part about Grand Reef is the new Sea Venture experience. If you truly want to get under the water and experience what it's like on the ocean floor, we have the opportunity through these diving helmets that you can put on the helmet, and it's connected, of course, up to land where the air supply comes from. And you can actually take a walking tour of the bottom of the Grand Reef. So you can walk through the coral, through those little caves and grottos, and actually come face to face with those sharks and those lionfish. Now, of course, there's glass there to keep you safe. They're on one side, you're on the other. But when you're underwater, that glass just disappears, and it really feels like you are right next to these sharks. We'll also have some of our animal ambassadors down there as well. So you'll come around a corner and you may be met with a spiny lobster or a starfish or one of these other animals that you'll actually get to hold, get to take your picture with, and really get that interaction.
Now, how old, or how young can you be to experience that, to put on the helmet and get under there for the walk?
Well, they're still developing the program, so all of the ages aren't set in place yet. You do have to be old enough, of course, to be able to support the helmet. There is a little bit of weight to it. And of course, it's not for the claustrophobic. If you have trouble with something being around your face, you may want to opt for one of the other options, because, of course, the snorkeling, it's just the snorkel, that's for all ages. And Discovery Cove in general, there really is something for all ages. It is an all-inclusive experience that when you go in for the day, your food is included, your beverages are included, all your dive gear, all of your snorkels. There is a little bit more of a charge for the Sea Venture just because it's such a limited experience. We can only get a certain number of people through the day, but Discovery Cove, it really is our resort-style experience.
Now tell us a bit about the land experience, this fabulous new ride you have.
Well, over at Busch Gardens in Tampa, just about an hour away from Orlando, we are opening Cheetah Hunt and Cheetah Run, just in a couple of weeks, actually, in May. And this is Florida's only triple launch coaster. Now, if you've ever been a traditional coaster fan, you know that a traditional coaster, you've got a hill and you kind of click up the hill for a while, and then there's a big fall, and that's what gives you the energy to get through the rest of the ride. Well, with a launch coaster, it actually works on magnets. So you are sitting in the coaster car in the station house, and those magnets engage, and all of a sudden you are moving. So that's a traditional launch coaster. This is a triple launch coaster. So at 3 different points during the ride, you're going to be propelled from 0 to 60 in literally a matter of seconds.
Oh my.
And the name Cheetah Hunt is exactly what the ride is based on. It's that feeling of hunting on the Serengeti alongside what is nature's most graceful predator. It's a very low-to-the-ground ride. It's a very long ride. This is actually the longest roller coaster in Florida. It's the longest track in our park. It's over 4,400 feet long, and the ride takes you almost 2 minutes to get through. So you are weaving back and forth across the Serengeti. You're going over these hills that give you these feelings of weightlessness. For
sounds
a few
completely
seconds.
different.
It's amazing. It's like no other ride we've ever built. And the best part is that once you've had that experience of running like a cheetah, you can go across the sidewalk to Cheetah Run and actually see cheetahs face to face and see what it is that inspired this ride. The habitat is very long and narrow, and that allows us to actually have the cheetahs run a couple of times a day. And if you've never seen a cheetah truly go 60 miles an hour, it is one of the most beautiful and graceful things you've ever seen. They have a lure system set up, and these cats, they love to run. This is what they're built to do. So when we send that lure going across the habitat, they'll chase right after it, and do that several times a day to really show off what it is they're capable of.
Fantastic, pretty exciting. And now your water shows, you are relaunching the Shamu shows, and when does that take place?
Over at SeaWorld in Orlando, they just recently opened their brand new show, Shamu's One Ocean. SeaWorld has always been known for being able to showcase the beauty and the grace of these underwater animals, and One Ocean really takes that a step further with talking about and educating guests on not only the animals that inhabit the ocean, but the fact that we really do have one world and one ocean, and we all share it. So that's what the show Shamu's One Ocean is designed to do, is really showcase the beauty and the grace and the power of the whales, and being able to show how it is that they inhabit this ocean, we inhabit this ocean, and how all of us can work together to kind of save that very precious natural resource.
So many different things to do.
We're never sitting around with nothing to do.
That's for sure. Lots to do this summer.
Very much so. And for anybody that comes down, of course, we have some great offers that if you want to visit more than one of our parks, you can do that. You can do some ticket combinations. We also have some great vacation packaging. All of that is on our websites at buschgardens.com, SeaWorld.com, and DiscoveryCove.com.
Thanks for visiting us, Jill.
No problem.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having me.